Recording in progress.
Thank you, Chair. The next witness is Warrant Officer
Yes, Ms. Ncube.
It's Warrant Officer Radebe, and he will be testifying virtually, and he will be taking the be sworn in, Chair.
Thank you. Warrant Officer, good morning. Please place your names, full names on record.
Paul Makhere, Radebe.
Do you swear that the evidence you are going to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? If so, please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
So help me God.
Thank you, Chair. Warrant Officer, in front of you there's a file with 9 sections. Your statement appears in section 8. Do you have a file divider with the number 8 on it? Yes. And there's a statement there from page 1 to 4. Can you confirm the signature on page 4 is your signature?
I confirm.
And do you confirm that the statement is the statement prepared for purposes of the evidence you're about to give today?
I confirm.
Okay. And do you confirm the correctness and truthfulness thereof?
I confirm.
Okay, if we can then commence with your introductory paragraphs, if you can just give the commissioners a brief background of your career as in the police force.
Thank you, Commissioners. I'm a warrant officer in the South African Police Service under the Division Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation based in Gauteng, in Johannesburg.
And who do you report to?
My commander is Lieutenant Colonel Matlole.
And that's within the Serious Organized Crime Investigation Unit?
Correct, Commissioners.
And can you tell us what it is that you do within that unit?
I deal with serious and violent crimes. I do investigation. I'm a detective.
Okay, and you obviously here to give evidence about the events of the 6th of December 2024 and your involvement therein. Can you tell us what transpired on that day?
On the 6th of December 2024, Commissioners, I was with a team of about 5 members, including Captain Norkia. Captain Norkia was the one leading the team. On that specific day, in the morning, we submitted an operational plan to our office that we would be conducting an operation in the vicinity of the East Rand.
And sorry, can you just repeat, where was that operation?
Our operation was in the vicinity of the East Rand area.
Okay, and you were with Captain Norkia for that operation?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
continue.
Yes. For the purpose of that operation, we had on our Hawks Golf t-shirts that is branded DPCI Hawks. We conducted that operation from the morning, and in the afternoon at around about 1600, we went to the Bruma area where we had our debriefing as we were finished with our operation. During our debriefing session, Captain Norkia received a cell phone call from Lieutenant Colonel Matlole. We received that call in our presence because we were still standing together. Lieutenant Colonel Matlole requested, we could hear the conversation between Captain Norkia and Lieutenant Colonel Matlole, because I recall she was asking the captain if we are anywhere near the vicinity of Sentinel, because our operational plan was supposed to be in the East Rand. The captain said, no, we are still here on the East Rand side. We are in Bruma. We just finished our operation. Then I overheard her telling the captain that, please, there are members somewhere in the vicinity of Senton that are saying they are from the Hawks office. Can you and the team please proceed there and verify who those members are?
And
she said she didn't have...
sorry, Warrant Officer, and by the team, did the Colonel know that you were with Captain Norkia and the other officers at the time?
Correct, because I overheard the captain explaining to the Colonel that we just finished our operation. We are having a debriefing in Bruma, so I'm about to excuse the members. So that's when the Colonel said, please take the team, proceed to Senton, because there are members who are saying they are from the Hawks office. They are somewhere in Senton, and we do not know anything about an operation that is conducted by the Hawks in Senton.
Okay, and then on page 2 of your statement at paragraph 5, you then refer to receiving a WhatsApp from the Colonel. Can you tell us about that?
Okay. We left Bruma without the address because the Colonel said we should proceed meanwhile to Senton. The address will be sent to us whilst we are on our way to that site. So as we were driving, the Colonel sent the address to my cell phone via WhatsApp. That address came to me at 1628, which is the address of our destination where we're supposed to go and see who those members are.
And just to confirm that is the address in Sandhurst?
Correct.
Yes. Sorry, Warrant Officer, you fade from time to time. If you could just move closer to the laptop so that we can hear you clearly, please.
Am I clear now?
Yes, thank you. Please proceed.
Okay, we were traveling in two vehicles. It was a white BMW and a white VW Golf GTI. I punched the address into my GPS, my maps, Google Maps GPS, and we proceeded there. We arrived at the address at exactly 1714.
Now,
I'm certain.
Can I just ask you, you say that the address was sent to your WhatsApp, but the conversation with the Colonel was with Captain Norkia. Do you know why the WhatsApp was sent to you with the address?
I took it because the Colonel knows that we are together with the captain. So I took it, maybe that's why she sent it to me.
Okay.
Because she knew we were there. Yeah.
But you yourself didn't have a conversation with the Colonel?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I only overheard the conversation between the captain and the Colonel because we were standing together.
Okay. Yeah, please proceed. You're at paragraph 6 where you say you arrived at 1714.
Yes, Commissioners. We arrived at 1714. The reason I'm certain about this is because I checked on my electronic Google Maps timeline. It tracks my whereabouts, my movements.
If I can ask you in that same section to go to page 5, you will see there's an annexure PMR1.
Correct, I'm here.
Can you identify that for us, that document for us?
Yes, this is a screenshot from my timeline maps, Google Maps, that I took and I sent it with my statement.
Okay, and can you tell us what we're looking at when it says BP? Was that where you were having the debriefing?
Correct.
Okay. The next thing then says driving, and it says 1644 to 711. That was when you would have left to go to the address?
Correct, when we departed the BP garage.
Okay, and it then says that you arrive at, it's got an address 158 Empire Place at 1714 to 1724.
Right.
So you say the 1714 is the time that you arrived?
You're correct.
Okay, please proceed.
Okay, upon our arrival, I observed there were vehicles at the entrance of the premises.
You again
into-
fading, warrant officer. Can you just move closer?
Am I clear now?
Yes, it's better.
Yes, upon arrival at the address, at the entrance of the address we came to, there were vehicles parked outside and police members standing at the gate. We drove onto the left-hand side opposite the entrance, opposite the road, across the road actually, where there was a black Mercedes-Benz that was parked with three males that were standing behind it. We parked in front of that Mercedes. And then, as I alighted the motor vehicle crossing the street, I noticed a colleague of mine that I know, Sergeant Sipho Mthethwa. I know Sergeant Sipho Mthethwa because I used to work with him at PIU. And I also recognize other guys I used to work with from the PIU, Provincial Investigation Unit.
What is the PIU, the Provincial Investigation Unit?
Right. As I was crossing the street, he shouted, greeting at me, "Hey, hola, hola. Hey, are you also sent here?" But we were speaking in an African Zulu language. "Are you also sent here?" I said, "Hey, gents, auntie, what's going on here?" At that time, Captain Norke was also crossing the street with me. I think he was on my left side, but a little bit behind me. I walked towards the members, the ones I know from Provincial Investigation Unit. Then I asked them, "Gents, what's going on here?" And then Sipho was talking to me. He said, "Hey, you see that guy there?" He pointed from the three gentlemen that were standing behind the Mercedes-Benz. He pointed the guy that was wearing a cap, spectacles, and a backpack. He pointed to that man and saying, "You see that idiot is busy taking videos of us and he's taking pictures. He's talking to someone on the phone, telling that person that we said we are from the Hawks office." Then I looked. When I looked at the person he was pointing at, I recognized that man. I know that man to be Malcolm X. He once came
Sorry,
to my
warrant
office.
officer. Can I just ask you, so you say that Sergeant Mthethwa was the person that you had this exchange with, and he's from the PIU.
Right.
Was he with the members that were conducting the takedown operation, or was he from a...
To be honest, I do not know what was happening there. I don't know whether he was part of the people that were, because he was standing outside at the gate with a group of people that I know, those guys from Provincial Investigation Unit, the PIU.
Okay, and so you say that the person that he pointed out to you, you knew him as Malcolm X. How do you know him? How do you know Malcolm X?
Okay, I know Malcolm X because he came to my office. I think it was in 2022. It was in the afternoon. I was leaving my office. I was the last person at the office. It was in the afternoon. As I walk out, I found him knocking at the door. We've got a glass door, but it's got that access control, so you can't come in. Someone must come and open for you. So I found him outside. And then he told me he's Malcolm X, and then he's got information. Because I was the only person at the office at that time, I allowed him to come in. We sat next to the door here. Then he asked me if I knew him. I said, "No, I don't know you." He went on TikTok. He opened up his phone on TikTok, and then he showed me videos of him helping homeless people in Sandton, like he was giving them food and money. You know, the homeless people. And then he said, "That's me. I'm normally with these homeless people. I help them out, and they normally give me information. This information I used to share with the police from Sandton. Now I don't trust them anymore. Someone directed me to the Hawks office. I need someone that I can relay this information to." I said, "No, you are the correct place." So I gave him my number. I also took his number, but I wrote it on the diary, I think. And then that was the last of me seeing him. I've never met him since after that. And then next to him, there was an African male, a short African male. I don't know him. I've never met him before. And then the third person that was standing with them, I recognize him also. That is Advocate Tammy Radebe. The reason I know Advocate Tammy Radebe is representing suspects in the South Gauteng High Court in a case that I am investigating. Can I proceed?
Yes, please proceed.
Okay. While I was talking to Sipho Mthethwa and these colleagues of his that are with him, I then asked them, is there any members from the Hawks here? Then they pointed me at Captain Kruger, whom I only knew his name later. At that time when they pointed him, I didn't know him, who he is. And when I turned and looked at him, he was standing with Captain Norkir.
Can I just ask you, Warrant Officer, why did you ask if there were any members of the Hawks on the scene?
All right, because the instruction was very clear to find out if there's any members of the Hawks that are conducting an operation at Sandhurst.
Okay, please proceed.
All right. After that, I saw Captain Norke also talking to another guy. I don't know who he is. And then shortly after that, we didn't even spend time there. Captain Norke said, guys, no, we are done. We can now go back. And then we got into our cars and then we drove back to BP Garage where we had our debriefing.
And do you recall what time did you leave the scene?
Okay, if we go back to my timeline, it was at 17:24. We arrived at 17:14 and we left at 17:24. We hardly stayed there 10 minutes. I think it was 10 minutes if I calculated properly.
And you say after that you went back to the BP garage?
Correct. And when we left the place, when we were walking to our cars, I could see Captain Kruger also walking towards the car that was parked across the street. So I take it he was also leaving that time.
Do you know whether there was any report that was compiled or filed regarding this incident by the Hawks?
Okay, in our normal duties, for every task we are given, we must send back a proper full report back to the commander. Whoever is in charge at that time, the senior, would type on WhatsApp a full report and it would be sent back to whoever gave the tasking.
Did you ever see an incident report or any report that was prepared regarding the incident?
No, I've never seen it, but I was told by Captain Norkia that he would draft a short SMS WhatsApp report back to Colonel Matlola.
Now, according to your electronic timeline, it seems that you were at the address for about 10 minutes. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And can I just get an understanding of what exactly it is that you were doing in those 10 minutes? I know that you say you were talking to Sergeant Mthethwa, but was there anything else that you were doing insofar as official duties are concerned?
Nothing, Commissioners.
And from your point of view, you not only because you knew the people that were on the scene, Sergeant Mthethwa being one of them, but also because of what you observed, you knew immediately that it was an official police and legitimate operation.
Correct, Commissioners.
So, again, just to find out from you, why stay for 10 minutes if you knew that from the onset?
All right. Commissioners, when we are working as a team in the police, normally the person in charge would be the one that is doing the talking. We cannot just jump into a crime scene and everyone do as he pleases. That's why we handed over the platform to Captain Norkia to address the issue. So it was just unfortunate that I saw people that I knew So I couldn't just stand, and that's why I went to them and we interacted, we talked, we spoke. So that 10 minutes, we had given it to Captain Norgia to explain our purpose for the visit, and thereafter lead us, tell us as to what must we do.
And then just finally, did you notice if Captain Norgia was speaking to anybody from the takedown operation?
I don't know whether there were members from the takedown. I saw him talking to Captain Kruger and another police member. I think that is Captain Wanda.
There is a report in the incident report that was submitted where there is an indication that Captain Kruger had tried to get some information, but it seems that the takedown team chased him away. Did you witness any of that?
No, I didn't witness that.
Okay. And then you are now aware that there have been allegations that members of the Hawks team were attempting to interfere with the arrest operations of Mr. Katiso Molefe, and that those members had golf T-shirts branded with the Hawks emblem. That would have been your team, correct, that had the Hawks T-shirts?
The members that were wearing Hawks T-shirts were from my team, that's correct.
And
But
did you...
the part that we didn't even know whose house or address we were visiting.
Did you witness any of your team members interacting with the takedown team in a manner that suggested that they were attempting to interfere with the arrests?
That never took place. I never witnessed any.
And you say that you were quite a few members that went, but in your evidence you only reference Captain Norgia from your team and yourself. Where were the other members of your team?
The other members of my team were standing across the street next to our vehicles.
And what were they doing?
They were just standing, like I explained, with our unit. In most cases, we attend to crime scenes that are already attended by station members or other units. So it is a norm for us that when we attend to a specific crime scene, the only person that will start the conversation to where we are going to will be the person with a higher rank amongst us.
Warrant officer, please speak close to the mic.
All right, am I clear now, Commissioner?
Yes, yes.
When we arrive at a crime scene, the officer with the high-ranking rank would be the one that is doing the introduction and will explain the purpose for our visit to that crime scene. Then only in a case where the scene must be handed over to us, there will be a walkthrough first, and then the scene would be properly handed over back to us. So that is why even when we got to that scene, we didn't see any danger. That is why we allowed Captain Norgia to be the one going to do the introduction and explain the purpose for our visit there. It is just that unfortunate part where I saw someone I knew, then I left the members there, then I crossed the street and I went to the person I knew.
Can I ask you to just go to section 9? The file divider that says 9, and if you can go to page 5. It is Annexure EAK1. Do you have it?
Yes, I have it.
Now, if you go to a paragraph, there's numbers there, and if you look at number 2, it says they informed us that they executed a J50 and J51 warrants, and they didn't want to show us J50 and J51. In your statement, you say that you didn't ask for any details of the operation because it was none of your business. Now, it seems here that somebody from your team did ask for these details, or it suggests that somebody did ask for these details. Do you consider that to have been some form of interference by a team member if they were asking for that information, which you consider to be none of your business?
Okay, that is why we allowed Captain Norkie to be the one that's doing the communication when we arrived there. I don't know what led them to come to this asking of J50s and J51s, because our instructions was that to find out if really there's members from the Hawks that are at Sentin that are conducting an operation, because the officers have no clue of such operation.
Okay, so if somebody had asked for this information, you consider that to not have been part of what it is that you were asked to go and do there?
I would say so. I would say so.
Thank you, Warrant Officer. Chair, no further questions for this witness.
Thank you, Ms. Nube.
Warrant Officer Radebe, in your statement at paragraph 8, where you mention Sergeant Mtetwa, if you go after where you say how he greeted you and this is how you're commonly known, you then say, when I approached him, he asked me, did they also send you? You see where I'm reading?
I can see, Commissioner.
Yes. They in that sentence, did they also send you? Did he say who is the they he was referring to?
Commissioner, he did not say, but that was his exact words to me.
Yes.
If I can put it in Zulu, I think it would make more sense.
Okay.
Operation.
I see. And the rest of that sentence, you asked him what was happening. He pointed to the three gentlemen behind the Mercedes-Benz. Standing on its own, he pointed to the three gentlemen behind the Mercedes-Benz after you asked him what was happening. It really doesn't mean, it doesn't make sense as it stands there. Do you care to explain more?
Yes, Commissioner. I will also explain it in Zulu because he spoke to me in Zulu. Tileslima lesama prelis. Lo faki school pack lo uphiza usithatha ama video usithatha ithombe yeah uthi angazi ukhuluma nobani efonini utshela lo muntu ukuthi thina sithe siphuma kuma Hawks. Does it make sense, Commissioner? How I came to knowing who is he talking about?
Repeat what you said, Warrant Officer.
Yes.
And then move closer to your computer, please.
He pointed to the guy that was wearing glasses, speaking in Zulu. Dile slima lesi sifaka amabrel. Lo pepi school bag. Ubhizi usithatha ama video, ushoot ithombe la. Angazi ukhuluma nobani efonini. Umtshela ukuthi thina sithe siphuma kuma Hawks. Utshela lo muntu lo efonini ukuthi thina sithe siphuma kuma Hawks masifika la.
Okay, and you say this person that is describing as Islim Malises Fagama Brel, is that
yes.
The person you
the
say
one big like school bag?
And that's the person you say is Malcolm X in the next paragraph. Is that the same
Correct,
person?
Commissioner.
Okay. All right. And then lastly from me, you in paragraph 10 then describe the three people, Malcolm X, advocate, Radebe, and then there's another person there that you say you don't recognize, the shorter gentleman next to Malcolm X. But then in the next paragraph, and I just want to make sure that they link up, in the next paragraph 11, you start by saying, while I was chatting to them. Who is them there?
It was Sergeant Tetwa and the team he was with, the PIU team he was with.
So it's not the Malcolm X party?
No, I never spoke to them.
All right. Thank you, Warrant Officer.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Good morning, Warrant Officer.
Morning, Commissioner.
I don't think you can see me. I don't know what's wrong with my video. I just need you to confirm two things for me. One is in paragraph 12 of your statement that you were not on the scene for more than 10 minutes. So you confirm that what you were sent to the Bryanston house, sorry, it's not Bryanston, what you were sent to the Sandhurst house to do, you could do that in 10 minutes, right?
Because of the nature of like how I found the place to be. Like I found people I knew that they were police officers.
Yes. So I'm still uneasy about why the other Hawks members were there for 50 to 60 minutes, because it's quite clear that what the Hawks were sent there to do, and your team actually confirms this, you could do that in 10 minutes and leave the scene. They didn't have to be there for 50 to 60 minutes. But I just need you to read paragraph 14 of your statement into the record. I'm more interested in the third sentence, but just read all of it into the record, please.
There was no reason for me to interfere with anyone's duties. As soon as we arrived on the scene, it was clear to us that it was a legitimate police operation. I interacted with the members that I knew. I did not ask them about the details of the operation. It was none of my business.
Thank you.
Warrant Officer, I don't know whether I should call this advice or a request. Look at the last sentence of paragraph 7 of your statement. There you say, I also noticed 3 black males standing behind the black Mercedes-Benz. That's a very anachronistic way of describing people.
I'm sorry, Commissioner. I actually meant to say 3 African males.
I'm not sure that you even want to say that. You saw three men standing behind the black Mercedes-Benz. Did it matter if they were black or white or African or white? Didn't matter. Race there is totally irrelevant. This has everything to do with how you would find people described, especially in trials. It would be a Bantu male, a Bantu female, black male, black female, when race had nothing to do with it whatsoever. From now onwards, you should please try to avoid that. If race is irrelevant to what's spoken about, there's no need to specify it at all. Thank you very much, Warrant Officer.
Thank you, Commissioner. Noted. I'll note, Commissioner.
Oh, there's a question from my co-commissioner, Commissioner Baloyi.
Yes.
I'm still here, Commissioner.
Yes, Warrant Officer, just so that I understand, we're looking at this scene against the context of this scene that we are discussing with you and your presence there, is that there is a Hawks team that comes there with, I think it's Captain Kruger that you mentioned in the statement. We know now we have evidence that there was also a helicopter which was mobilized, and your team also gets mobilized to be on the scene, and all of these are Hawks mobilized entities. Now, and the reason you all say you were given to be at the scene is you were told that someone is pretending to be from the Hawks and you must now go and verify this. Now, and here's what I'm trying to understand is, in the normal course, do you, for example, as a team member or as a team, do you know what other teams of the Hawks on any given day are doing and where they've been deployed? Or their deployments, in fact. Is that something that is shared across the Hawks on any given day of operations?
Commissioner, for all Hawks members, before conducting any operation, the member must first send an operational plan to the office, to the immediate commander, explaining briefly what operation is he going to conduct, where is he going to be, and with how many members. We sometimes utilize members outside the DPCI, meaning our uniform people, our flying squad, or our TRT. We mention them in the operational plan. That operational plan is sent to our immediate commander. Our immediate commander will therefore send it to provincial. Provincial will therefore send it to head office. This is not shared to the members on the ground. It is just for commanders to know the whereabouts of the members and what they are doing.
You would not have known, for example, that Captain Kruger on the day had another operation elsewhere.
Correct, Commissioner. I wouldn't know.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you very much, Warrant Officer.
Chair, there's just one more question for, we are able to share the screen now. Warrant Officer, are you able to see the photograph on your screen?
Correct, I can see it, Commissioner.
You indicated in your statement that you saw a black Mercedes-Benz. Is that the Mercedes-Benz?
Correct, that's the Mercedes-Benz, Commissioner.
And you say you saw 3 gentlemen, but there's only 2 now. Can you identify any of them?
I see one is banded there with red sneakers, so I see 3. Though I can't see his face, that one there.
Oh, yes, that's correct. Yes, he's standing against the pole.
Yes, Commissioner. The one that's wearing a blue shirt, I think it's a blue shirt, on your right-hand side.
Yes.
Not the one with the hands at the back.
Yes.
The one that's, I think he stretched out his arm. That is Advocate Radebe.
Okay, and the other gentleman with his hands behind his back, that's the gentleman you don't know?
I don't know the gentleman.
And the person with the red sneakers?
I can't see him.
Okay, so that person was not the person that you saw with these 2 gentlemen when you arrived?
I can't say that now because I can't recognize exactly the clothes he was wearing, but he was standing with these 2 gentlemen.
Okay, but the
so
person...
possibly it could be...
Continue.
Possibly it could be him, but he was standing with these 2 gentlemen. It's just that I don't know when this photo was taken.
Okay, but when you arrived, you saw these 2 gentlemen with Malcolm X?
Correct, Commissioner.
By this vehicle?
Correct, Commissioner.
Okay, thank you. No further questions, Chair.
Thank you for real now. Thank you very much, Warrant Officer.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Chair, we were able to get General Kadwa to come in earlier. We haven't established whether he's here as yet, but oh, he is here. If we can take a short adjournment to get him ready.
Years ago, I'm sure more than 15 years now, trial situations, we used to sit and the witness would be called in while she was sitting here. Is there a problem with that?
Well, Chair, I haven't seen him, so I don't know where exactly he is, but
All right,
if we can go and
we'll
call him.
hear from you. We'll hear from you. Thank you.
Just
Let's
a short
adjourn.
adjournment, Chair.
Thank
Thanks.
you.